Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Cutting Through the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Hello!
And this is our sister show to Cutting Through the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, where we talk about stuff that weird shit we found on the net this week. You know, could be laughable, could be odd, could be macabre, could be gruesome. Either way, it drew our attention and we presented to you in a one after the other, easy to follow format. It's called Weird News. Let's do it. As we did mention, actually, before we do it. Well, you can follow us on Facebook at Cutting Through the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, SoundCloud and most other podcasting platforms at Cutting Through the Bull in the PTA, and YouTube is Apocalypse Bull. So what's my first one then, Mike? Giant Chinese spy balloon discovered hovering high above northern US.
I heard about this the other day.
Right. The coming war on China. Everyone's nervous about China. Oh, what they got, what the Chinese got. They're using balloons.
How high?
We'll get to
someone
it.
hasn't shot it out of...
Well, they're using
At the air.
balloons because you don't need motors, engines. They can be.
Pete, they're supposed to have satellites.
Well, yeah. It's a good point.
They're space power. We want us to take them seriously.
Maybe it is like a bit of a decoy.
Well, a massive surveillance balloon has been spotted hovering over the northern US, a Pentagon official said on Thursday. Officials considered shooting down the craft,
See?
described by one US official as the size of 3 buses, while it flew over Montana on Wednesday.
Stealthy then, is it? If it's that big.
The only reason they didn't shoot it down is because they were concerned about debris falling.
Which is fair enough if it's that big, yeah.
The United States government, quoting Brigadier General Pat Ryder, has detected and is tracking a high-altitude surveillance balloon that is over the continental United States right now. We continue to track and monitor it closely. Once the balloon was detected, the US government acted immediately to protect against the collection of sensitive information. The craft journeyed over the Aleutian Islands through Canada and then into Montana. Why not shoot it down? We have to do a risk reward here, a US defence official told CNN. So the first question is, does it pose a threat, a physical kinetic threat to individuals in the United States, in the US homeland? Our assessment is it does not. Does it pose a threat to civilian aviation? Our assessment is that it does not. Does it pose a significantly enhanced threat on the intelligence side? Our best assessment right now is that it does not.
Of course not, 'cause it's a balloon.
So given the profile, we assess the risk of downing it, even if the probability is low in a sparsely populated area of the debris falling and hurting someone or damaging property, that it just wasn't worth it.
It's not worth kicking up any kind of trouble, is it? Over.
The craft's precise locations is unknown. Its route would take it over the Montana headquarters of the 41st Missile Wing at Malmstrom Air Force Base, which operates and maintains intercontinental ballistic missiles. So they're obviously aiming for something.
Is it just free floating or got a little, little motor on it or something pushing it about or...
I'm guessing it's got a little motor on it with it being so big.
What if it's
I guess it's like a Zeppelin kind of thing. In my head, I've got a Chinese Zeppelin.
See, I'm picturing something out of like the Monty Python's Flying Circus. like
Like a Zeppelin then?
Well, yeah, but I'm picturing it in that fashion.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, my mind is completely red.
But is it dropping like something nasty?
No.
No, it's just having a look.
The Chinese Foreign Ministry have said that it's an airship from China, a civilian airship used for research, mainly meteorological purposes.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a weather balloon, wasn't it? It's always a weather balloon, isn't it? Yeah, I've heard that one before, China.
And China regrets the unintended entry of the airspace into US.
But you know what? Maybe it really was.
I can't trust the Chinese.
Maybe it's blown over that way a bit.
You can't trust the Chinese. They lie up their fucking teeth all the time. Oh, have you stolen that technology off us, even though it looks exactly like what we made? No.
And every year their growth goes up by 7%.
8%, because 8's a lucky number.
8%, sorry, yeah.
Because that's their lucky number.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? 8 years of growth every year.
8% of growth every year, yeah. You can't trust the Chinese. They're full of shit. They portray themselves as being a superpower. They really aren't. Everything they've got is the shit copies of what everyone else has made, or shit copies of what the Russians have made,
But
and the Russians are producing shit.
They've got a lot of it, and they've got a lot of men.
I was going to say,
the only
from
thing
China.
is it's the numbers, isn't it? That's all they've got.
Which are probably launching human wave attacks if it comes down to it, because they're all conscripts and they can't be fucking trusted to do anything else.
Everything comes from China though, doesn't it?
It does, and look how shit it is.
I reckon you could probably pick up 10 random items in this living room now, and at least half of them would be made in China.
My phone's half made in China. Probably, it's an
TV,
iPhone.
Toshiba, but that's made in China.
Japanese, isn't it?
Bet it's made in China.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Half the bits of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the. If nothing else, some of the internals of it would be from China.
It would, that's the global economy.
Yeah, PlayStation, Xbox, well, all those kind of things.
Bonsai tree.
Certainly bonsai.
Japanese!
Nobody came from China originally.
Did it?
Apparently.
I didn't know that.
Chinese import, yeah, man.
I had no idea. Either way, they make shit now.
Yeah.
Fucking communists. So communist as a McDonald's, the tomb of of Chairman Mao.
They're not, they're a mixed economy. Moving on.
I just want to point out how stupid it is. I think that balloon is just going to remain undetected over the world's most sophisticated air defence
Well, like I said,
network.
it might have been an accident.
Bollocks. Bollocks. Just like all them hacking attempts. Oh yeah, accident that was. They were going to hack you 43 times in a minute.
I've been trying to have my email hacked in China.
Did you?
Yeah. Message comes says, are you in something province in China?
Yeah.
Got access to you. I said, no, not.
If I think you're some kind of national security asset.
A message from Yahoo saying, are you trying to access your account in China?
Oh well. Well, why the hell not? The Chinese are trying to hack your... I always knew you were a fucking foreign intelligence agency. I always knew it.
Is that why you keep asking me for my submarine book?
Is that what you keep asking? Is that what you kept asking, making freedom of information requests for the nuclear codes?
Keep asking Pete about his nuclear sub.
Because I have actually got like a full book plan of the whole thing, and he keeps asking me to borrow it.
Well, that would explain a lot.
Yeah, dodgy Mike.
Yeah, Chinese Mike.
Moving on.
I was going to say something terrible then, so I'm glad you said that.
Lad who won £800,000 Brewdog bar tab kicked out of bar after buying £21,000 rounds.
I don't see an issue.
So
They're
he
getting the money
won.
back, aren't they?
He won a bar tab of 800 grand,
Yeah.
and then thought, right, everyone in the bar, let's have a piss up.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that because I guess they assumed that someone's never going to spend £800,000 in a bar.
It's meant to be a lifetime bar tab.
Yeah, and he's just gone like, boom.
21k.
And that doesn't really bring any actual money into the bar itself, I suppose.
Must be.
I think he was pretty drunk too.
He was kicked out and encouraged to have an early night after splashing a large portion of his winnings in one evening. The Scottish brewer recently opened a new bar in Las Vegas, Nevada, not only making its first West Coast spot but also its second largest location in the world. To celebrate, Brewdog threw a lavish party for hundreds with live music from the likes of indie duo We Are Scientists. The company also gave one lucky punter a huge $1 million, that's £800,000 tab, to be spent on beer, food and even the brewery hotels, valid for 20 years.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, so there we go. He's blowing it at the event and they weren't getting the money for the drinks. I love it.
So, I need to kick him out. We're losing everything.
That's why it was. That's why he was kicked out, wasn't it?
But what they should have done, they should have said, but you could only spend X amount at one go, kind of thing. You know what I mean? You can spend it in periodic £1,000 increments, kind of thing.
They're saying it was because it was over a 20-year period. They were encouraging sensible consumption.
Yeah, because if someone gives you £1 million bar tab for 20 years, what you're going to do is have sensible consumption, isn't it?
Yeah, but the first night he's like, you know, he's just having a blowout, and he.
Yeah. And look, the dude looks fairly in shape. I don't think he's going to spend like he's not exactly going to fucking blow it all, is he? He's probably a guy that very rarely drinks alcohol.
How the fuck do you know?
Well, he looks fairly in shape. He just puts his booze is fattening.
This is correct.
Why do you think I'm so rotund? Or festively plump? Yeah, throwing it out there. Still shocking.
I don't think he should have been kicked out.
No, just let him spend the damn money. You've given it him, why not?
Yeah, but he's they're not getting the money back from the drinks.
Yeah, this is it.
To cover the party, are they?
Yeah, I suppose not. Twats.
Because that's like a corporate, that money straight to the head, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's shady, innit?
Yep.
It's a feel-good story.
Hank the Klepto Rottweiler has rubber poop after eating remote control. What?
Yeah, right, will eat anything.
Hank is a 2-year-old Rottweiler and is dubbed the UK's most prolific canine klepto by owner Colin Hartley-Eyre, thanks to his mischievous habit. Since he was picked up at 8 weeks old, he's stolen car toys, magnets, bubble wrap, underwear, sponges, teddies, door stops, and hid them all in his basket. But Hank got into a different kind of trouble earlier this month when Colin caught him chewing away at their family's TV remote control. Luckily, he managed to get it out of Hank's mouth before he reached the potentially lethal batteries. Colin said he will usually stash his finds under his blanket, but this time he was caught in the act. Hank was whisked off to the vets in Grimsby and given an x-ray and an enema to wash out the small pieces of black plastic.
Oh, poor lad.
Rottweiler an enema.
That's a brain vet. He's going to give you a Rottweiler. It's obviously not to knock it out first, but he's going to give you a Rottweiler an enema, sir.
Yeah, you would not want to be doing that if it was awake.
No.
I think this is a bit of an overreaction, I do. I think if they x-rayed him and there was no larger chunks, maybe they should have just waited.
Small enough for it to just pass. You know?
Bloody vets, eh?
Oh, it's
it's
an
an excuse.
and I'll charge you 400 quid
I was
for
going
that.
to say, it was an excuse for them to charge hundreds and hundreds of
300
pounds.
quid for the x-ray.
Another 150 just for the consultation.
Yeah.
Then 100 quid to pick up the poop after it's, you know.
150 or so quid for the anaesthetic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that would have been £1,000 bill easily.
I've just had a dog toy for Stella and Ted and that, and she's chewed it up the other day.
A frisbee?
No, not. It's like a white looking bone, but it's got a barbecue smell about it. She's chewed it up, ate loads of bits, and then when I come to poop scoop the other day, there's loads of white bits in her poo, like where she's chewed it. She spat some of them out, but ingested some of them, and
that's what happened with this dog. It started pooing plastic.
I think it's an overreaction.
The numbers, the pooing plastic numbers.
Colin says, luckily not too much damage was done except the remote. He seems to be fine in himself now. He spotted a couple of rubber numbers come out, so hopefully he's over the worst and learnt a valuable lesson. Well, not if he hasn't had a big chunk of it come through his ring piece.
Oh yeah, look at that face. How could you be mad at that face?
Like my Ted, my Staffy Cross Frenchie, he wouldn't set the middle of a corn on a cob. Luckily it was like a third of a chunk of a corn on the cob, so that's how I cut mine, but he squealed and that come out.
Look at that face. You can't be mad at that face, can you?
No.
Oh. Yeah, right as some notorious kleptomaniacs who steal anything.
Dogs are stupid, so don't give them the corn on the cob.
I couldn't leave clothes or nothing lying around. I can't.
I've just read this headline. What?
It's yours, Ben?
Woman with
It's all yours.
woman with world's fattest vagina wants to reverse fillers for more natural lips. OnlyFans star Mary Magdalene has reportedly spent £73,000 on surgery. However, she told fans on her Instagram page she now wants to go more natural when it comes to her lips. Can we see a picture of Mary Magdalene?
There's never going to be a picture of her fanny. Though, is there?
Not.
I just want to see her face.
I want to see a fanny.
Oh, she's very modified.
What the fuck?
Whoa, she looks like she's got, for the listener here, she looks like she's got two beach balloon sort of proper just stuck on her chest.
And one's clearly bigger than the other
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, I'd say one's a good 3 centimetres more diameter. Looks a bit strange. She's got lovely blonde hair right past her arse, but then she's got an arse. She's obviously had a BBL.
What's a BBL?
Take the fat off your stomach and then inject it around the top half of your arse to make this look here.
That's ridiculous.
She's had her lips filled for sure. Potentially some of her face lift, and then she's heavily tattooed.
She looks ridiculous.
Tattoos are cool, but those boobs for me.
It's the hip thing.
Brazilian butt lifts.
BBL, Brazilian butt lift, yeah.
So former stripper and OnlyFans star Mary has reportedly spent £73,000 on surgery, including 3 boob jobs, 3 Brazilian butt lifts, cheek fat removal, hip fillers, 20 dental veneers and several lip fillers.
I knew she'd had something done with her face. It was either the cheek fat removal or the bloody facelift or something.
However, it seems like she's changed her mind when it comes to her lips and wants to reverse her fillers. Addressing her followers on Instagram, Mary wrote, quote, "I would like my lips to be the same shape as now or similar, but just more natural."
So she's on about her mouth lips, not her fanny lips.
I thought she was on about. I thought
It is a bit, yeah,
The way they've done it.
misleading. Because it starts with a woman with world's fattest vagina wants to reverse fillers for more natural lips.
So how is she the world's fat? How is she not the world's fattest vagina?
Doesn't look very
That doesn't
fat.
make sense. Like, I know we're looking at the Daily Star here, so let's take it all with a pinch of salt, shall
She is
we?
in her pants and she hasn't really got.
No, there's no fucking big bulge down there, which
No.
oh my, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The surgery, in which fat was transferred from other parts of her body and injected into her vagina, had many complications, as one side of her vagina kept growing, leading to a lot of pain. She had previously told The Sun, "I almost died during the procedure and I had to get 2 blood transfusions. The doctor said I was losing so much blood and turning very pale, he thought I was going to die." So she's had fat pumped into her vaginal lips as well.
As well, so she's having both corrected.
She is ridiculous. She needs fucking mental help.
Yeah.
She needs help.
She's got addiction, hasn't she? Clearly, although saying that, she spent £73,000 on surgery. She's really driving around in a fucking Ferrari off her OnlyFans money.
It's ridiculous.
You know, she's obviously got a select client base that's funded this, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Just imagine being known for the world's fattest vagina.
because you've had it fucking injected with fat from your ass. Actually, no, not from her ass, because she's had fat injected into her ass from other parts of her body.
It could be her cheeks. So the fat removal from her cheeks.
I bet she's got one of them dangly badges.
I don't think it's
Do you reckon it
dangly.
claps if she wiggle? If she's doing a hula hoop. You can just hear it clapping.
It's not going to be flappy, is it? It's just going to be masked. It's going to be just the lips are just going
Fat
to be.
and dangly.
You're like,
Anyway, I'm puzzled by world's fattest vagina. I'm puzzled by the logistics.
She walks like John Wayne.
Because surely you wouldn't be wanting these big dangly lips. You'd want them up there and fat, I guess. Fat with a PH.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm confused by the logistics of it. She's clearly got some kind of addiction, though.
Yeah.
To plastic surgery, for example. There's one. Oh, well, what's the next one?
Farmer flogging fresh air for 25 quid an hour in one of the world's most polluted countries.
Is it China? It's Thailand.
It's Thailand.
I'm not sure I even understand the concept of this though.
Known only by the name Mr. Doosit, the 52-year-old man lives on a farm in the Thailand village of Phai Kon Tha, which is located in the Kum Rang sub-district of the border with Laos. Thailand was recently rated by the Air Quality Index as one of the most polluted in the world, and this prompted Mr. Doosit to take action. He's now set up a kind of camping area on his paddy fields, which is found in the aptly named Hellfire Pass area. It is based in the middle of a mountainous valley where the air is far cleaner than the rest of the country, and he's taking advantage of it. Charging £25 an hour, you're given 3 free meals and a tent where you can make yourself at home the entire time you're there. Children, elderly and the disabled are allowed to stay free of charge.
Let's go to Hellfire Valley!
To Hellfire Pass!
Ah, sorry.
He told the 3+ News the world is facing a serious threat of pollution. The greenhouse was destroyed until it was as fragile as a spider's web.
That's quite a beautiful picture.
The atmosphere is completely destroyed. This results in changes in geography, including global warming, melting snow, and changing direction of the currents. The bad air is contaminated with pollution. Living things, especially humans, are struggling to enjoy the pleasures of nature that has little left.
But does he have to charge £25 an hour?
Maybe it was a little excessive. Well, yeah, £25 an hour is a bit harsh, I suppose.
I'll just go walking around the perimeter.
Yeah, he's had a sniff, like, you know.
Stand by his gate. How much did you say it was? I just need to count my money in my wallet.
You stand outside the gate, and what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Mr. Doosit? Eh? Eh? You look pretty old, I'm going to take you. He's probably a fucking expert in martial arts, so isn't he?
Yeah.
Especially the Mr. Miyagi of clean air.
Yeah.
No racial profiling there at all.
I'm just saying, you know, the Taiwanese are known for their kickboxing.
Just gives you a death punch.
Just death punches you in the chest, just breathe no, motherfucker. And then you choke to death on your own blood off your ribs been impaled into your lungs. Still, I mean, alright. What worries me about this story is that why can I just see corporations having little booths, like phone booths, where you go in and put an oxygen mask on and take some clean air in and pay for the privilege once the rest of us, once everything's so polluted.
Cover
you know it.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, why can I just see that future? I mean,
that £25 an hour actually seems quite reasonable.
well, it does if I go to Thailand, because I mean, £25 an hour is still a lot to me, but it's a fucking fortune to him.
Yeah.
You think about it. Yeah, that could be like a day's wage to him. To me, it's a couple of hours.
You should probably think about it and lower his prices a bit. He'd probably get more customers.
I think you should be able to say a whole day for that, if not more.
Yeah.
I just think you capitalist greedy bastards here.
Right, 3 meals. So you get 3 meals.
You get him food as well, I guess, and a tent.
3 meals in an hour.
I'm eating them 3
Yeah,
meals an
that's if
hour.
you're there all
If I'm
day.
paying £25 a day, I'm eating 3 meals an hour. You damn right. £25 an hour. Damn right, I'm paying them 3 meals. Bring them all in at once, Deuce it. I'll suck them down with the air.
Maybe it's 25 for the day, and the Daily Star was cocked up.
Well, again, it is the Daily Star, so let's face it.
Let's go back to my point, right? The guy from Nestle, the chap in charge of that, reckons that, you know, water isn't a human right. Well, I guarantee you his views are pretty fairly similar on air, clean air. And they're not to some of these fucking awful bastards who really run things.
Like this farmer.
Like this farmer, clearly.
600 quid a day.
£600 a day.
A night. 24 hours. Well, good luck to him, I guess.
Even I can't afford that. I live in the capitalist West. I'm not paying £600 a day for fresh air.
You live in Shropshire.
Yeah, until we become too polluted.
It's the freshest you're going to get.
That's true.
So, finally, a footballer put his finger up a rival's bottom during a Sunday League game.
Do you know what? Sunday League doesn't surprise me.
They probably do more than put a finger up each other's bums.
Just for anyone outside the UK who's listening, Sunday League is
Amateur.
pub
Local
teams,
pub
groups of
teams,
mates
yeah.
who go to the pub. It's quite a rough game at that level.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the rolling around on the floor at the faintest touch. Usually everyone's still hungover from the night before. People are vomiting at any one particular time.
Pies at half time.
Usually a pint at half time, in all fairness, usually to solve the hangover of some of the players from the night before. It's a rough game. There's fights, there's brawls, there's mass brawls, there's some very tasty challenges going in. 2 feet to the ankle.
Well,
Good job we have the NHS in this country where Sunday League is still a thing.
A footballer has claimed an opposition player inserted their finger into his anus during a match. The shocking allegation was detailed and leaked in a leaked message from Nottinghamshire's FA's disciplinary panel.
Oh, we'll be in Nottinghamshire, bunch of bum bandits.
It says
They could have been the away team, couldn't it?
It says the alleged incident happened during a Sunday League game on January the 8th. The possibility that multiple fingers had been inserted was also left worryingly open.
Well, you don't want that possibility. Well, open like his anus after the game.
So, Nottinghamshire FA said they are aware of the incident and it's currently under investigation. Coaches, players and spectators who were at the match have been asked to complete witness statements, and tomorrow, according to the message...
I saw him putting his finger up his bum.
He
How did
violated
it even
him.
happen?
Hey?
How did that even happen? I can't imagine,
He's
He obviously-
playing just his jockstrap.
He obviously tackled him really hard, started stroking his hair. Hey baby, this ain't gonna hurt a bit.
I'm presuming it's a bit like the Vinnie Jones Gaza thing, the old photo of Vinnie Jones.
Jabbing his thumb up
He's
the
got
arse.
Gaza by the balls, literally. I'm guessing it's the same thing. The defender's behind him. He's got this has happened in rugby, in a scrum. It has happened in rugby.
It happens in
It has, we had another weird news article about it.
Yeah, in a scrum, he put his finger up his arse, he dropped the ball, obviously.
That's how they do it.
You gotta get the edge on your opponent, anything.
Is there anything in the rules
There's
about
no-
putting
I
your
was
finger
about to
inside
say, right,
another player's anus to distract them?
I used to play rugby on like a large scale level in the Navy.
Well, you're putting your fingers up each other's arse in the Navy.
But no, having to study because it's a very complex sport. So if you start playing it, it's a good idea to understand the rules. And there's definitely no rule in there that says you can't stick your fingers up somebody else's.
It's just common courtesy.
But there's no rule against it, so I can understand where it could be.
There probably is actually, violating a human being.
assault.
Yeah.
Well,
It's probably ungentlemanly conduct, I'd imagine.
but within the rules of rugby, there's nothing.
It's not
that
illegal,
says,
but it's frowned upon. Isn't it?
Exactly.
There's nothing that says you're not allowed to get down and give your mate a blowjob on the pitch. I suppose there's nothing that says in the rule
Ungentlemanly
books
conduct.
you're not allowed to do that. So obviously, fair
There's nothing
game.
against giving the fullbacks heavy machine guns either.
That would be a really interesting match, actually, wouldn't it?
Sit the heavy machines, little sandbags at 3/4 of the pitch, a little bunker built. A heavy machine gun poke.
Everyone would be wanting to get fucking yellow cards. Put me in the sin bin. I don't want to play anymore.
Well, nothing in the rules that says you can't stick your fingers on a player's arse. That's just
Either way, that's fucking. You wouldn't
Bad
want to be.
etiquette.
You would not want to be on the receiving end of that at the end of the day.
No, I can't see.
You're having a nice friendly game of football with your muckers from the pub.
There's no friendly game of football in Sunday League. It's rival pubs, mate.
Either way. But
The
last thing
Swan
you want-
versus the Dog and Duck.
The last
Oh,
thing you
come
want.
on. It's a bloodbath.
Yeah, but the last thing you want is to get arse raped. Let's face it, because that's essentially what he did to him. He raped his bottom.
He did.
He did.
He did, I guess.
He did. He unwillingly something up his bum.
Unless it was willing and then he's changed his tail.
Well, maybe there is that.
And who knows what went on? Maybe it was like Romeo and Juliet.
You weren't saying no at the time.
Star-crossed lovers from rival pubs.
Dave and Bill. 49-year-old Dave and 37-year-old Bill.
The oldest I've ever heard of playing at Sunday League was 72.
Genuinely.
Well, in my experience, there are older players than that.
Yeah, there are a lot of blokes in their 50s. And that
The oldest
still
defence
play
in
it.
Britain has a combined age of over 300.
Yeah, that's true.
The back four.
They're all like 80 something,
Yeah.
and they used to do really well in the first half, but they flag in a second.
In about 70 minutes, they start conceding a load of goals because they're knackered.
My mate told me they were short the one week, and he used to play for a pub, and his dad was like the coach, and he was 72, and he was like, fuck it, I'll play. He put it on 72, he scored a goal, and I got booked by the ref told him to calm down. 72.
Maybe for his own good. Stop running around. You're gonna fucking fall over in a
It
minute.
takes something to get booked in Sunday League because it's like a 50 quid fine or something.
It is, yeah. 20. It used to be £20 for a yellow card and £50 for a red. So
you have to pay it yourself.
Yeah, you pay yourself, yeah.
Scotty Lee used to get them all the fucking time.
And you can't play until that fine's paid. But yeah, fingers up bottoms. Keep it with sports, unless it's the house fingering championships.
And on that note,
It's a sad day when you got to write that into the rules, isn't it?
yeah.
Not to do that.
People look for any edge, Claire. Anyway, on that note, I've been Ben. China, up your game. Hey?
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Don't overreact to your pets eating things.
Oh, right, as anything.
And I've been Pete. If you're going to play Sunday League, get a butt plug.
Yes!
Just in case.
Yes! Athletic, there's a fucking market for us to call it. Athletic butt plugs.
Stop anybody raping your butt on the
Yeah.
pitch.
Trademark us.
Trademark us.
Yeah.
Copyright us.
Done it.